So today, so we'll just go through this awakening of national consciousness in Assam. Okay, and we know that for the first time in Assam, this Jorhat Sarvajanik Sabha was formed in 1884. Okay, and this is the first political organization that was formed in Assam, and so this organization tried to actually address the issue of the common people to the British authority. Okay, and this organization also played a very significant role in awakening the national consciousness among the this common people of Assam. Okay, so after this Jorhat Sarvajanik Sabha, it is Assam Association was formed. Assam Association was formed in the year 1905. Okay, so similarly, this Assam Association also played a very significant role in the awakening the national actually consciousness among the common people. So they try actually through organizing various meetings. So they actually try to inform the people about the this exploitative nature of British administration. So okay, so ultimately this one Assam Association, so which was ultimately actually merged with Assam Provincial Congress Committee in 1921. We know that Assam Provincial Congress Committee. So it was formed in the year 1921, and this Assam Association ultimately it merged with Assam Provincial Congress Committee. Okay, and they jointly carry out this different actually activities to actually raise awareness among the masses. Okay, common people. So this we know that on the request of this Assam Provincial Congress Committee, which was actually the first president was Kulodhar Soliha, and later Toruram Phukon also became the president. Okay, here, and on the request of this Assam Provincial Congress Committee, so in 1921 Gandhi he for the first time visited Assam. Okay, he visited Assam for the first time in 1921. Okay, in 1921 he visited Assam for the first time. Okay, then so mainly Gandhi visited to address the people. So he to actually means he give his visit gave a tremendous impetus to the Congress Working Committee. So means Congress workers to carry out the non-cooperation movement and and implement the principle of Swadeshi. Okay, means he was a very popular figure at that time. So he addressed the Congress working workers. Okay, which give a tremendous impetus. Okay, to the to actually popularize the concept of this non-cooperation movement as well as popularize the principles of Swadeshi. Okay, and Gandhi again for the second time, he visited to Assam in the year 1926. So when Congress Working Committee, so it's held its annual meeting for the first time in Assam for the first time in 1926 in Pandu, and this meeting was actually presided over by Srinivas Iyengar. Okay, and during this is the second to address actually to attend this meeting. So Gandhi actually visited Assam for the second time. So during this meeting itself, all the national actually figures like Jawaharlal Nehru and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and all other national leaders, Congress leaders, they also visited Assam. Okay, so all these things has actually strengthened the connection, okay, of Assam as well as the mainland India. Okay, so and the visit of all these national leaders and organization of this Congress annual working committee meetings in Assam 1926 actually it actually strengthened this people's faith. Okay, so it also actually strengthened the national awareness as well as national consciousness among the people of Assam. Okay, and then we'll go to discuss about this non-cooperation movement of, and actually first we'll discuss the point from the point of view of Indian history, and what is the consequence of this non-cooperation movements in Assam. And okay, so if you see the non-cooperation movement, okay, which took place in the year 1921. Okay, non-cooperation movement. So non-cooperation means it actually as the word says, it's not non-cooperation. So means Indians will not cooperate with British in administration. Okay, all they will give up all these services. Okay, and they will not cooperate in British in the administrative matters. Okay, that is the meaning non-cooperation. Okay, but first of all, we'll discuss what is the reason. Okay, why non-cooperation movement actually started. Okay, what is the main cause of the non-cooperation movement. Okay, so what are the main cause of non-cooperation movement? Okay, non-cooperation movement, non-cooperation movement. No. So what are the main cause of the non-cooperation movement? Okay, so first of all, if you see, we know that in 1919 itself, no, First World War. So First World War started, and wartime actually. So already the common people of India, no, they were actually already suffered a lot. They were already exploited economically by the British administration. No, so already Dadabhai Nauroji, he has already mentioned in his book, no, Poverty and Un-British Rule in India, that how the drain of wealth, okay, took place in India under the British administration. So already the common people of the common people of India had suffered a lot under the British administration, but during the during and after the war, so their condition has deteriorated. Their condition had deteriorated a lot, because we know that in order to fight a war, so British need they need money, no. So for that purpose, what happened is that, so during this war time, no, the economic conditions of common people has they actually deteriorated a lot due to, number one, high inflation. So inflation was very high at that time. Okay, so high inflation. Okay, so what is inflation? It is an economic concept. Inflation means when there is a rise in price of the common means when there is a rise in price of the common this rise in price of the goods, okay, as compared to the previous year, no. Okay, that is called inflation. Okay, and inflation rate was at that time, that is in 1919, it was very high. Okay, so price of the commodity has increased very high as compared to the previous year, okay, or base year. That is inflation. So first cause is your high inflation, no. Second cause is your heavy tax. So heavy tax, okay, heavy tax. And the third means economic cost. So first is your high inflation, heavy tax, and third one is your actually the farmers were forced to cultivate cash crops. They were forced to actually practice cash crops. So cash crops like mainly opium, no, opium. So mainly opium, because because at the time there is a high demand of opium, so British can earn more money, by selling the opium. So they force the actually cultivators to practice only this cash crops. Okay, so these are the main economic causes of this revolt. Okay, so as a result, there is a resentment or among the common people. So this is the first economic cause. It is high inflation, heavy tax. So again, the British administration has also imposed a very high tax on all the essential commodities. Okay, so as a result, there is a the price is already increased. Okay, so these are the main causes of this this economic cause of this revolt. Okay, first thing. Second is your Rowlatt Act. Okay, so Rowlatt Act. So again, Rowlatt Act of 1919. Okay, so Rowlatt Act. Okay, so British Parliament has passed the Rowlatt Act. So what is the provisions of this act? So as per the provisions of this act, so British administration can detain any Indian, okay, for indefinite period without any trial. Okay, so without any trial, they can detain an Indians for indefinite period. Okay, this is the provisions of the Rowlatt Act. So means now, so it is very definitely it will actually threat to the individual liberty. Okay, individual liberty, no? Because so they can detain a person. Okay, so for indefinite period. Okay, for indefinite period, so they can detain a person without any trial. Okay, means when a person, we know that at present when a person is arrested or detained by police, he or she must be present before the court within 24 hours. But as per the provisions of this Rowlatt Act of 1919, so what freedom is given to the British authority that they can detain any Indian for indefinite period without any trial. They will not be produced in the before the court. Okay, so police administration or British authority, they can detain for them any Indian for indefinite period. Definitely, it is a threat to the individual liberty. No? So that is why also people protested against it. This is the second cause of the this non-cooperation movement. And third is was, so third is what, Jallianwala Bagh massacre. No, okay, Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So you know that in so 1919, no, 1919, Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So we know that in protesting against this Rowlatt Act, no, this is means more than a huge amount of actually number of people, they actually gathered in Jallianwala Bagh, a place in Amritsar in Punjab, and to protest against this Rowlatt Act. But what happened is that in that protest, so actually British they actually open fired. Okay, so the British authority, they ordered to fire the people, and as a result more than 1,000 people have died on the spot, and many were actually injured. Okay, so this also increased the resentment among the people against the British. And then we can say number 4 is the Government of India Act of 1919, or you can say Montagu-Chelmsford reforms 1919 is also one of the cause. Okay, that is your Government of India Act. Okay, so Government of India Act, so Government of India Act of 1919, or it is also known as Montagu-Chelmsford. No, Montagu-Chelmsford reforms 1919. So Government of India Act of 1919 or Montagu-Chelmsford reforms 1919 is also responsible, because so in these provisions they actually denied to ensure the self-governance. Okay, self-governance or responsible government to the Indians. Okay, so means they wanted to keep India as a dominion status. Okay, as a dominion, they do not want to allow the Indians to participate in the to participate in the direct in the governance of the country. So these all are the main causes of the revolt of this this one, the non-cooperation movement. Okay, so ultimately actually Gandhi declared this movement, non-cooperation movement, and similarly actually in Assam, its effect has also fallen in Assam. So already I have told you in 1920 already. So actually Gandhi visited Assam and he addressed the people to okay, and as a result all the people, okay, they also may actually participate in this movement. They actually boycott the government government offices, and they also burned actually British product, clothes mainly, and and also try to popularize the khadi. Okay, okay, made from cotton. Okay, and they actually boycott the foreign goods. Okay, and for foreign goods, and they burned the foreign goods also, for mainly clothes. Okay, to popularize the Swadeshi. Okay, or the Swadeshi, actually to popularize the Swadeshi product. Okay, so and the middle class, who basically silent and totally inactive in the political principle of this finality, and Gandhi fired the British clothes in the British clothes, and whole Assam was flooded with the type of anti-British movement. Okay, and on the call of Gandhi, so means this actually movement also took place in Assam. Okay, but thing is that Gandhi requested all his all his followers to be remain non-violent. Okay, during the means, because we know that he popularized the concept of actually non-violent, okay, peaceful protest. Okay, but we know that the one events took place, one very tragic incident took place in February 1922 in Sori Sora. It is actually one place in the in Gorakhpur district, in Gorakhpur in UP, no, in Sori Sora, no, in Sori Sora, so in Gorakhpur district, that is in UP. No? In 1922, in February, no? In 1922 in February, so in February, one actually event took place. Actually, this peaceful movement actually become violent. Okay, so people in this place, that is in Sorisora in Gorakhpur districts of UP, in February 1922. So the common people, they actually burned. They attacked the police station. So and they burned the police station, and they kill all the policemen there present there. So ultimately, this peaceful and non-violent movement become violent. Okay, so as a result, Gandhi all of a sudden actually stop or withdraw the movement. So in this way, this non-cooperation movement came to an end. Okay, so although this came to an end, but it has some good impact, because we have seen the Hindu-Muslim unity in this movement. Okay, so all the Hindu and Muslim, the community, they actually jointly participated. So okay, in this movement. So this is one of the very good consequence of this. Although it is stopped without any result, but it has some significance as well. So we can see the Hindu-Muslim unity in this moment. Okay, so and a wide representation. Okay, and Hindu-Muslim unity, and as well as it also increased the national national awareness, no, among the common people. Okay, and it also popularized the Swadeshi product. Okay, Swadeshi product, and by boycotting the foreign goods. Okay, foreign goods and foreign clothes. Okay, so in this way, the non-cooperation movement so came to an end on the in February 1922, after the this violent incidents, and in this and Gandhi has withdrawn the event, withdrawn this movement, and similarly in also Assam, in Assam also it actually came to an end. Okay, so this is about your non-cooperation movement. Okay, then we move to the another important movement. It is your civil disobedience movement. Okay, civil disobedience movement, and okay. So we know that the civil disobedience movement took place in the year 1930. Okay, and first of all, discuss what is the cause of the civil disobedience movement. Why actually civil disobedience movement started? Okay, okay. So civil disobedience movement, and it started in the year 1930. So you see, actually Gandhi, again we know that actually Gandhi gave a civil disobedience movement started in 1930. Okay, so actually Gandhi, he gave a 11 demand to the, at that time, civil Lord Irwin was a viceroy of India when civil disobedience movement started. So Gandhi so gave a actually 11 demands to the this British authority to fulfill. Okay, so actually, so if you see these demands, so few of these demands are like okay, so few demands are actually Gandhi on 30th of January, on 30th January, okay, in 1930. Okay, so the actually, and Gandhi given 11 demands to Lord Irwin. He was a viceroy of India at that time, and to be actually accepted within 11th of March, to be accepted. So Gandhi also gave the deadline that within 11 March, so within 11th of March, okay, so 1930, so these 11 demands must be accepted. Okay, and what are the just few some of the demands are like so abolitions of agricultural means reductions of agricultural tax, no, so reductions of agricultural tax, or you can say agri tax, by around 50%. So agricultural tax will be reduced by 50%. First is. Second is abolition of salt tax. Okay. So abolitions of salt tax. So abolitions of salt tax. Okay. Or removal of this salt monopoly. Okay. Removal of salt monopoly. So removal of salt monopoly. Okay. So monopoly means so when only there is no competitors. Okay. So when there is no competitors, only suppose monopoly means if you from the economic point of view start, if there is only one company, so producing all the products, so there is no competitors, no, then this company will actually monopolize its production, its price. It will increase its price. It will, okay, sometimes the quality may be compromised because there is no competitors. That is called monopoly. So similarly, we know that at that time, the British what they actually impose tax even on the salt. Okay, and we know that salt is a very commonly consumed product by all people, and even so and this British has actually restrict, that means private production of this, okay, salt. Only they will produce and others have to buy it. Okay, so means entire salt production was monopolized by British. So Gandhi has a 11-point demand. One is some of the demands are like reductions of agri tax by 50% and abolition of salt tax or removal of this salt monopoly. Number 2. So number 3 is your release of all the political prisoners. Okay, release of all the political without any condition. Okay, so release of all political prisoners. So release of all political prisoners without any condition. Okay, so all political prisoners should be released. Then number 4 is your reductions of the expenditures on the military. So reductions of military expenditure. Okay, reductions of military expenditure. Okay, so reductions of the military expenditure. So reductions of military expenditure, because we know that at that time British they actually maintained their defense systems by collecting revenue from Indians itself. Okay, so as a result, what they cannot they have to impose high tax. They have to collected tax to actually fulfill this military expenditure. So Gandhi actually demanded that military expenditure should be reduced. Okay, and number 5, so actually improvement in the criminal investigations, or reforms in the criminal investigation department. Reforms in the criminal reforms in the criminal investigation. Okay, so reforms in criminal investigation department. Okay, so reforms in criminal investigation. In this way, there are around 11 demands. Okay, so reforms in, okay, so there were 11 demands put forward by Gandhi to the British authority. Okay, that is British Governor General. That is Lord Irwin. Lord Irwin was the Governor General at that time, and he also gave the deadline that within the 11th of March, 1913, all these 11 demands would be fulfilled. Otherwise, so Gandhi also said that he will launch the civil disobedience movement. Okay, so this is the second cause. Okay, so okay, but there was no actually actions, no communications or no response from the British. Okay, so this is the second cause why actually, and so that is why. So Congress in general and Gandhi in particular, they wanted to launch this civil disobedience movement. Okay, so this is second cause. Okay, and the first cause is I already told you now, this that they imposed the tax on the salt also, and salt is very and they actually British, they actually monopolized the salt production. Okay, they monopolized the salt production, and okay, and they prevent the collection of salt privately, and means all the common people have to buy from them at a very high price. So this is already created resentment among the people. And then we can say that another incident is that Simon Commission. Okay, we know that Simon Commission. Number third is your Simon Commission, no? Simon Commission. We know that Simon Commission was formed in the year 1927. Okay, Simon Commission was formed in the year 1927. So in this Simon Commission, so what is the purpose? Why this Simon Commission was formed? Actually, this Simon Commission was formed to examine the whether India is ready, okay, for transfer of power. Means whether to examine whether the India is actually ready to transfer power, or actually means whether it is right time to form the constituent assembly, and in India, and in order to transfer power to the responsible Indians. Okay, so to examine whether India is means it is ready to form a constituent assembly, so for the formation of constitution. Okay, to examine this, actually this Simon Commission was formed in 1927. Okay, and but it's okay, but thing is that all the members, so it is actually 7-member commission. Simon Commission was a 7-member, so it was a 7-member commission. Okay, but problem is that all these 7 members, no, so all these 7 members are from they are whites, means they are British. Okay, no, there is no representations from Indian. So there was no representations of a member from India. So all are the actually British. Okay, so that is why there is a definitely British will not prepare. Definitely from this it is very clear that whatever means whatever report will be submitted by this commission will be biased towards the British. They will not. They will definitely submit that India is not prepared for means transferring power to responsible actually responsible Indian hands, or to it is in India is not actually prepared to form constituent assembly or for the formation of constitution, all these things. So definitely this report will be biased towards the British. So as a result, there is a protest. There is a protest everywhere, and we know that. So in the protest against the Simon Commission, one of the very popular figure, that is Lala Rajput Rai. Okay, he was actually died. So actually he was beaten to death. Means actually he was beaten in the lathi charge in the Lahore, and as a result he was actually injured severely. Ultimately he actually died. Okay, so Lala Rajput Rai. Okay, Lala Rajput. So Lala Rajput Rai, actually he was actually he died in okay because he was beaten very severely. Okay, in protest in Lahore. Okay, in protesting against this Simon Commission and formation of the Simon Commission, because all the members are British. So he was lathi charged, and ultimately he actually died to his injury. So as a result, also there is a protest. So this also actually increased the again resentment among the common people as well as the Congress. Okay, so this is the another reasons. And number 4 is your, we know that the Lahore session of the Congress. Lahore session of the Congress was held in Lahore session, no? So Lahore session of the Congress. So Lahore session of Congress, which was held in 1929. Okay, so Lahore session of the Congress, which was held in 1929, Lahore session of the Congress, which was held in 1929, and this Lahore session of the Congress was presided over by the Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, so this Lahore session of the Congress, it was actually presided by Jawaharlal Nehru. And in this Lahore session of the Indian National Congress, which was held in 1929, and which was presided over by the Jawaharlal Nehru, one important actually resolution was passed. Okay, that is Purna Swaraj. Okay, Purna Swaraj. So Purna Swaraj, okay, or Purna Swaraj means complete independence. this resolution was passed, Purno Swaraj or complete or complete independence. So Purno Swaraj or complete independence. So this resolution was passed in the Lahore session of the Congress, which was presided over by Jawaharlal Nehru. Means now the Congress will not accept dominion status. Initially, so they only accept the proposals of British. That is only one. They will only accept only one thing. It is complete independence or Purno Swaraj. They will not accept anything like dominion status. Okay. So that is why that is on 1929. That is on 26th of January. No, they actually celebrated the Independence Day. Although it was not India got independence 1947. No, so they just as a symbol. No, as a symbol they celebrated. Okay, independence. So Purno Swaraj or complete independence. So this also but British they were refused to accept all these things. They only provided the dominion status, not. They only prefer to provide dominion status, okay, and not the complete independence. Okay, so all these are the main cause that lead to the launch of the another popular movement, that is a civil disobedience movement. Okay, so civil disobedience movement in 1930. Now we'll discuss one by one. So I have already told you, Gandhi has given the deadline for 11 demands to be fulfilled by British within the 11th of March, but okay, he submitted these demands to Irwin. Okay, Lord Irwin was the Governor General at the time, but there was no outcome. So there was no response. So ultimately, so he launched the movement one day after, that is 12th March. On 12th March of 1933, on 12th March 1930, he launched the Salt Satyagraha. Okay, Salt Satyagraha. Actually, okay, he launched the Salt Satyagraha. So 1930 from the Sabarmati Ashram. Okay, from the Sabarmati Ashram, and then he reached the Dandi. Dandi means it is a small coastal town in Gujarat. Okay, so small coastal town in Gujarat, and they reached on the 6th of April. On 6th April 1930, it was launched in 12th March. And again, very interestingly, why Gandhi has chosen only salt? Okay, salt is chosen. Why not other items? Okay, you see, salt is the very commonly used item, by all, by rich and poor, and by all, without. Okay, so that is why. So he's chosen the salt. Okay, because so it will actually affect. It will affect almost all the people. So okay, so in order to gain the influence. Okay, so he believed that if he will choose salt, okay, as the item, okay, as a symbol of this protest, definitely it will actually he will able to gain the support from all the people. So that is the main reason he actually chosen the salt as as the symbol in this civil disobedience movement. Okay, so he launched the Salt March, okay, or Salt Satyagraha, okay, on the one day, that is on 12th of March 1930 from Sabarmati Ashram. Ultimately, and around 24 days, which actually Dandi, it is around 240 miles away from the Sabarmati Ashram. Out of after 24 days, that is on the 6th of April in 1930, so he reached the Dandi. Dandi means it is a small coastal town in Gujarat, and ultimately he break the. So he actually break the salt because British prevented. Okay, because initially the British authority, they did not allow the common people to pick up the salt. Okay, now Gandhi has reached the coastal town, that is Dandi, and from where he pick up the salt, and he said that sedition is my religion now. Sedition is my religion now. Okay, so you see how he actually through non-violence, through non-violence without any arms and this, silently he actually silenced the British, this mighty British authority. Okay, so this is the power of actually this non-violence. Okay, so if he would take the part of violence, then British can easily suppress them. So Gandhi knew that. So if we take the violent part, then British have the force they have the weapons to suppress it. Okay, but if they would carry out the revolt silently and with maintaining peace and without any without taking the path of means violent, no, non-violently, then it will be easy for them, okay, to win over the British, and ultimately he actually win the over the British. Okay, so you see, okay, ultimately in Gandhi broke the Salt Law on 6th of April. With his initially he took very selective people, only 78 followers he took along in his journey. He actually chooses only 78 people, okay, because okay, so 78 followers, okay, and only person there was also one person from Assam, so who has actually participated in the Salt Satyagraha of Gandhi. So he is your Liladhar Borua. Okay, okay. So Liladhar Borua is the only person from Assam, so who has actually participated in the Salt Satyagraha of Gandhi. Okay, so Liladhar Borua. So Liladhar Borua from Assam, so who took part in the Dandi Yatra, Dandi March of Gandhi in 1930. Okay, and Gandhi was arrested. Then Gandhi was arrested on 5th of May. April, May. Okay, on 5th May Gandhi was arrested, and ultimately there was again widespread protest. Similarly in all over India, and similarly in Assam also, students and youth they revolt against the British. Okay, so all the students, youth, common people, they after the arrest of Gandhi, so they again come out and they protest against the British. They targeted the British symbols. Okay. Okay. Next, the movement was carried out by new leaders in Assam. It was carried out by new leaders like Vishnuram Medhi, then Gopinath Bordoloi. Okay, so Maulana Tiabullah and Siddharth Nath Sharma. So these were the leaders who actually lead the movement in Assam. And one of the very interesting events, there are different events took place during this civil disobedience movement in Assam. So one is very important is Cunningham Circular. So what is Cunningham Circular? Okay, actually this one, no, J.R. Cunningham. He was the director of public instruction. Okay, director of public instruction of Assam. At that time, when civil disobedience movement was launched, okay, so at that time, J.R. Cunningham, he was the director of public instruction of Assam. Okay, and he issued a circular, that is Cunningham Circular. The main objectives of this circular is that to prevent the student community, to participate in the student community to participate in this civil disobedience movement. Okay, and so imposing the blanket ban on anti-British and pro-Swadeshi activities by students, means students cannot participate. If they will participate, some guidelines had been given to the students and their guardians, that if they will be found, okay, to participate in this movement, okay, so then they will be actually expelled from the schools and colleges. Okay, so to prevent the student community of Assam to participate in this movement, okay, so this Cunningham Circular was launched by J.R. Cunningham. He was the director of public instructions of Assam. Okay, okay. It forced the actually this according to this circular, what it did actually, it forced the parents, guardians and students to actually ensure, okay, that they will actually assurance must be given for good behavior, and also ask them to sign an undertaking that they would have to quit their schools and colleges if they participate in the anti-government demonstrations or movement. Means they would not be able to participate any anti-government movement or actually so the demonstrations. Okay, if they participate, then they will be expelled from the school and colleges. So this is the Cunningham Circular. So it is important that Cunningham Circular was issued in Assam during the civil disobedience movement. Okay, okay. But as a result, So this, as a result, what happened is that the actually this all the students and they actually uh, mm, they left the government school and colleges. So okay, and as a result we have seen, so during this period actually all this some actually this one no national education. Okay, so like Kamrup Academy. So Kamrup Academy, Shivsagar, some Swadeshi, actually during this time, no, some Swadeshi educational institutions, okay, so were formed in Assam. Okay, all the students, and after this this Cunningham circular, no, the students they left the government schools and colleges. They left the government schools and colleges, and they now some Swadeshi educational institutions actually formed, like Kamrup Academy in Guwahati, no, which is one of the very old school. No, it was formed during that time. Kamrup Academy in Guwahati. Okay, then the Shivsagar Vidyapith. Okay, these were some in these were different places. Some the Swadeshi educational institutions were formed, and so because all these students they boycott the government schools and colleges. Okay, okay. And the Kamrup Academy was Rai Bahadur Kalicharan Sengupta was its president, and Gaurikanto Talukdar was his secretary. Okay, the school started functioning from July 15, 1930. Okay, and initially lessons were implemented both Bengali and Assamese language. Initially, in both Bengali and Assamese language, actually educations were given. Okay, and if you see the all our present prominent school colleges like B. Borua College, no, B. Borua College, JB Law College, all this actually started their initial activities from the premises of Kamrup Academy itself. Okay, so whether it is B. Borua College or JB Law College, no, they have started their initial activities from the premises of Kamrup Academy, which is one of the very Kamrup Academy in Ujan Bazar, no, so which is one of the very old, no, very old. It was for school in Assam, no, it was formed during that time, civil disobedience movement. Kamrup Academy, Cotton College, yet, okay, all this, okay. So this is about your Quit India means civil disobedience movement. Okay, now we'll move to the Quit India movement. And another important movement that took place is your Quit India movement. Okay, Quit India movement. So we know that the Quit India movement was started, no, in the year 1942. Okay, so we'll also discuss what are the reasons. First, we'll discuss from the Indians' point of view. Then we'll come to the Assam, no. So how, and we know that this Quit India movement. During this Quit India movement, Gandhiji has given one very famous slogan, no, "Do or die." Okay, so Gandhi. So initially, see Gandhi, who was he uh, uh, who actually pleaded the concept of what, non-violence, peaceful protest. Now he give the dialogue. Now the slogan, "Do or die." Okay, so do or die. So he give the slogan, no, during this movement, "Do or die." This famous slogan was given by Gandhi. So during this movement, either you do or you have to die. So this, okay, so and if you see the what is again, if you see what is the cause, so there are different causes. Okay, but what are the specific cause, no, that lead to this Quit India movement. Okay, Quit India movement. Okay, so causes of this Quit India movement, no. So what are the cause? So first of all, we know that the Cripps mission, the first immediate cause of this revolt is your immediate cause of this movement is your failure of Cripps mission. Okay, we know that the Cripps missions came to India in the year 1942. Cripps missions. There is another missions, English missions, like so Simon missions. There is a Cripps missions. Cripps missions. Okay, Cripps. Sir Stafford Cripps. Okay, so Cripps missions. So Cripps missions came to India in 1942. Okay, So Cripps missions came to India in 1942, but Cripps missions has failed. Why Cripps missions failed? Because if you see the Cripps mission, no, so Indian leaders, okay, so they demanded they do not think about means their main objective is your complete independence or pure order, you can say Purna Swaraj or complete independence. Their main objectives or goal is complete independence or to achieve the complete independence or Purna Swaraj for India. But this was not accepted by Cripps missions. Okay, and again, if you see the Cripps offers, okay, if you see the Cripps offers, so it actually accepted only dominion status for India. It accepted only the dominion status for India, and dominion status for India, and at the same time, it also accept the proposals for partition. It also accepted the proposals for partition, means creation of this Pakistan, no, partitions, proposals for partitions. It accepted means, okay. First of all, what the Cripps offers were number one. It only accepted the dominion status. Dominion status. It accepted only the dominion status, not complete independence or Purna Swaraj. First thing. Second, it also accepted the partition plan of Muslim League. No, it also accepted the partition plan of Muslim League. That is the creation of Pakistan. That is the creation of Pakistan. So these are the main offer of Cripps, but it is an outdated check. Gandhi said, no, Cripps offer. It is an outdated check. Okay, why? Because already this Congress, no, they wanted a dominion. Means they wanted the actually Purna Swaraj or complete independence, but Cripps, Sir Stafford Cripps, he was the chairman of these missions. So their offer was that they only provide the dominion status, not complete. First thing. Second is what? Partition. They actually also accept the partition as proposed by the Muslim League. That is that dividing the country on the basis of Hindu and Muslim. Okay, that is your case in the Pakistan. So as a result, Cripps mission was failed. Cripps mission so after the fail of Cripps missions, the Congress they came to realize, they came to know that the real intention of British. Okay, they came to realize the real intention of British, because British okay, from their response, it is very clear that British wanted to continue their actually dominance, no, to continue their dominance and carry out their imperialistic actually influence in India for a long period. Okay, not for a short period, but for a long period. Okay, so they have no actually there is no sign of intention, no, that they will transfer the power to Indians, and no. Okay, so this is one cause. No, second is your second of the cause of the Quit India movement is your actually in the Second World War. No, Second World War started in the 1939. No, Second World War started in 1939. So when this they were okay, so this started in 1939, September 1939. But in this, when the Second World War started, no, so the British authority, no, British government, they did not discuss, they did not actually make any consultations with Indian leaders or mainly the Congress, and without any discussion, no, they unilaterally declared that India has a support to British in the war against Germany in the Second World War. Okay, so it again proved the dominion status of India. So it again proved the dominion status of India, means the British authority, they did not give any importance, no, to the Indian leaders. Okay, so without unilaterally, no, unilaterally without having any discussions, without having any meetings with the Indian leaders, so they have declared that Indian has the support to British in the war against Germany. So this again proves the dominion status of Indian actually dominion status. Okay, means okay. So as a result, what we have seen, all the Congress means government in the provinces, no, all the Congress lead government in the provinces, they resigned in. Okay, and okay, so all the Congress government as well as Congress minister, they resigned in protest against this. Okay, so because this proved the that British do not give they do not give any intention, or they did not give any importance to Indian leaders. Okay, they unilaterally declared. Okay, so and again wartime. So wartime shortage. Number third is again wartime shortage. So wartime shortage means definitely when so war took place now, then definitely this will lead to the increase in prices of the different commodities, so because they have to invest huge amount in the mobilization of forces. Okay, and so ultimately so this wartime shortage has also increased the price of the essential commodities. Okay, and so as a result of which actually this common people, the economic conditions of common people have suffered, and we have also seen the famine took place, as a huge amount of these people have died. Okay, so all this has actually again uh, uh, contributed no to the this movement, that is Quit India movement, where Gandhiji actually in the Gwalior Teng, no, in the Congress sessions of 1942 on the 8th of March in okay, where in Bombay, no, which took place. So they actually passed the resolutions to declare the this Quit India movement. Okay, and okay, to pass the Quit India movement, and in this movement actually, so Gandhi gave this famous slogan, no, do or die. Okay, so and if you see interestingly, Muslim League, okay, they have actually boycotted the movement, and British restoring to the okay. So and what happens after the declarations of this means after this resolution, no, in 1942 8 March in the Bombay sessions of the this of All India Congress, no, this Quit India movement resolution was passed, and similarly in Assam, what these prominent leaders like Gopinath Bordoloi, Mohammad Taibullah, and Siddhinath Sharma, Vishnuram Medhi, Bimala Prasad Soliha, and Amiyo Kumar Das. In this way, all these peoples, they were actually arrested. So once it was declared, no, that Gandhi was arrested. Okay, Gandhiji was arrested. Ultimately, this movement was led by Aruna Asaf Ali. Aruna Asaf Ali, the lead the movement, and as soon as Gandhi was arrested, and there was again all these common people were they actually come forward. Okay, now they, as Gandhi give the slogan, no, do or die. So actually this movement now become violent. Okay, so we can see a lot of so people used to attack on the symbol of British authority, like they try to destroy the communication channels, like they attacked they destroyed the railway track. Okay, they attacked on the police stations, railway stations. Okay, and then they also attacked on telegraph, this telephone, this pole and the actually station where. Okay, and so that means they want to disrupt the communication system so that British cannot mobilize, no, their forces smoothly. So ultimately, so this movement becomes violent. Okay, so so Quit India movement, so it becomes violent, and it is the one important significance is that mass scale, it means large scale participations of the common people. So all people they come forward, and we have also seen that this what are the different events not took place in Assam during this moment. We will discuss one by one, like what is the role played by the Konoplota, what is the role played by the this Kuhol Kuar, no? Kuhol Kuar. Okay, so those things we'll discuss. Okay, one by one. Okay. Then Mukundo Kakoti. Okay, all these things we'll discuss. So all the important leaders in Assam, they were also arrested. Okay, so Hottodhikar, that is Pitambar Dev Goswami of Gormur Hotra in Majuli, no? So he was also arrested. Okay, and Assam Provincial Congress Committee, Hanti Hena, and their outfits were also declared unlawful by the British. Hanti Hena, and all Assam Provincial Congress Committee, no? So they were also declared unlawful by the British. Okay, and Muslim League had boycott. And yes, we have already know that the main objectives of British, no, to plant the seed of communal, actually communal mistrust, no, among the among the people, so that they will divide they will divide and they will fought among this, and they can and as a result of which it will be very easy for them to actually rule India smoothly. Okay, but we have seen in the during the time of non-cooperation movement, no, 1921, so there was communal harmony. Both Hindu Muslim they fight together. There was communal harmony. As a result, both Hindu and Muslim they fight collectively against the British. So it becomes difficult for them. But gradually they realized. So gradually they realized that they have to break this this communal this unity, no. So as a result, we have seen the Cripps missions, Cripps offers. Okay, so where they have they actually provided for they accepted the this partition plan as put forward by Muslim League, means they wanted to divide the country. Okay, so on the ground of Hindu and Muslim. Okay, okay. So through these activities, they actually try to, the main objective is to alienate the Muslim community. Okay, so from this national struggle. Okay, okay. So as a result, what Muslim League? So Muslim League they actually had boycotted the movement, and British restoring to the communal appeasement. And once again on August 25, this it is in Assam. Okay, so when all these our prominent leaders, Gopinath Borlo, they have all arrested. No, so initially for a few times President's rule was there. Then they invited Muslim League because as Muslim League has boycott. Okay, as Muslim League has boycott this movement. So what British do? So they actually invited SM Sadullah. Okay, so to form the government in Assam, and after the president rule was initially president, as soon as actually this revolt, I mean this movement start, no, which become very violent. We have seen the this derail to incidents took place in Horupotar, no, under Kuhol Kaur. Okay, as a result, Kuhol Kaur was itself hanged, no. So he was a secretary of Horupotar in Golaghat district, Congress secretary, and okay. And similarly, this railway stations, police stations, they were attacked by people. Okay, and now the movement it is initially we have seen all movements are very peaceful. Now it is become violent. Okay, so what they do? So they impose president's rule. Okay, so under president's rule is like military rule. So military will, there will be no civil government, and so military will actually strictly impose this rules and regulations to actually curb this violence. Ultimately, so they invited. So main objective is to divide the people on the basis of community. So they invited SM Sadullah to form the government. Okay, so to form the government in Assam, and after the president rule was lifted. Okay, so this is the okay. Okay, so after the president rule was lifted, Sadullah was invited to form the government, but again it could not continue for long. So again, when the elections was held, okay, then we'll discuss one by one. Okay, now what are the different major events, major actually organization that is formed in Assam during this Quit India movement? Okay, so one major this one means organization that was formed. So during the Quit India movement one is Hanti Bahini and Mitru Bahini. Hanti Bahini means peace force. Mitru Bahini means death army. Okay, so as the name, these names are very actually as the names indicates, no. So these are some revolutionary organization. Okay, so Santi Bahini means peace force, and Mitru Bahini means death army. Okay, so okay, now you see this movement against British were comparatively peaceful in Assam, but as a precautionary measures, Assam Provincial Congress Committee, so that the people know, so that the people, common people know, as there is all the important leaders were arrested, during this, just after the launch of this movement. So and ultimately the people they come out, okay, and all the common people they come out, okay, and they actually lead the movement. There is no leader, okay, all the people they come out and in protest against this, and as a result, what Assam Provincial Congress Committee, they actually from a Hanti Bahini, or you can say peace force under the Puspalata Das. Okay, under Puspalata Das, they formed a Shanti Bahini or Peace Force, so that this actually this people will not become very violent. Otherwise, it is if the people will become violent, violent, no. So it will be very difficult, no, to protect, to resist these things. Okay, so for that purpose, so this some to take as a precautionary measures, no. So Assam Provincial Congress Committee has established a Shanti Bahini or Peace Force, so under the Puspalata Das, and take it with a guarding the villages at night and keeping the peace during the protest. Okay, this Shanti Bahini and Peace Force will guard the village during the night, so they will not allow the common people to actually indulge in violent activities. Okay, they will prevent these things, and they also keep the peace during the protests. So when protest will be when the people will protest during daytime also. So this the main goal of this Shanti Bahini or Peace Force is to maintain peace. Okay. So next, there are around 20,000 this as many as 20,000 members associated with this Shanti Bahini. Okay, more than 20,000 members. They were actually associated with this Shanti Bahini. Okay. So Jyoti Prasad Agarwala. Okay, Jyoti Prasad Agarwala. He was one of the main organizers of the political protest in Assam. So we know that the contribution of Jyoti Prasad Agarwala. Okay. So not only in literature, in the cinema, he was a Jyoti Prasad Agarwala. Okay, Rupak or Jyoti Prasad Agarwala. Okay, so he has an immense contribution, no, towards Assamese culture, Assamese literature, Assamese in every dimension. Okay, in every direction he has contributed a lot. Even also to the freedom movement, he also actually so he organizes a political protest. Okay, so in Assam. So he instructed Congress volunteers of Shanti Bahini to peacefully make their protest to the way to police station in Tezpur districts to host the national Indian tricolor while raising the this Quit India slogan. Quit India, Bharat Tyag, no, Quit India, Bharat Tyag. Okay, so during this moment, no, so this famous slogan, no, Quit India means Bharat Tyag. Okay, you have to actually quit India. Okay, British have to quit India. Bharat Tyag movement, no. Okay, so the police station in this. Okay, and he therefore formed the what was then termed as Mitru Bahini. Death Army, Mitru Bahini was formed, and for these remissions, and in line with Gandhi's do or die call. So in the line of Gandhi give the famous call, no, do or die during this moment, no, that is Quit India movement. In that line, so this he also formed this Jyoti Prasad Agarwala also formed Mitru Bahini, Death Army. So we can see the immense contributions of Jyoti Prasad Agarwala, no, to in every aspects of an Assamese society, whether it is culture and whether it is cinema, okay, whether it is literature, everywhere he has a contribution. Whether it is national movement, so everywhere he has a contribution. Okay, so and this first cinema, no, Joymoti. Okay, so it is by him. Joymoti, Indomaloti, lot of cinema, no, and song. Okay, and okay, so great person of Assam. Okay, and it was also decided that Kondalkota Borua would host. Again, there is a one famous incident took place in the Gohpur police station. Kondalkota Borua, she was only 17 years old at that time. No, Kondalkota Borua, she actually led the protest and in order to host the tricolor on the police station of Gohpur. Okay, so on the 20th of September 1942, during this moment, so that she will actually host the national flag on the Gohpur police station. Okay, but thing is that similarly she was followed by several young men and women to march towards the so she led the group, and she was followed by a huge number of men or women. Okay, and ultimately, and the police actually British police official, they warned repeatedly not to come forward. Ultimately, the young girl, you see, at the age of only 17, she actually did not listen to police warning, and she moved forward and to host the this tricolor, this Indian flag on the police station, and she was shot immediately. and as soon as she fell, and then this flag was actually taken by Mukunda Kakoti. So he did not allow the this flag to fall in the ground. He actually take it, and he again moved forward to host the actually flag on the on the police station in Gopur. Similarly, he was also shot, Mukunda Kakoti. So Mukunda Kakoti and they're the freedom fighters, no. So Mukunda Kakoti and Konarok, you see the courage, no. The at 17 years old, okay. So girl, okay, at this age, she actually so the powerful, so means she has that courage, no, to defy the British warning and police warning and move forward for the country. Okay, so this is a very inspiration, that so irrespective of age, irrespective of caste, community, we should come forward, no, to protect the this nation first. Okay, then rest, no. Okay. So the Konalgata did not pay any heed and keep on marching, and suddenly the police opened fire on the processions, and Konalgata Borwa, tricolor in her hands, was actually shot. She died on the spot. A local villager named Mukunda Kakoti, okay, ultimately took the flag, and from her and he too was shot dead. So very tragic incident took place on 20th of September in 1942. Okay. This is just a this one incident, no, depiction of the incident, how this took place. Konalgata and Mukunda, she was shot dead, and then Mukunda Kakoti, he actually take the flag. Okay, next Kushal Kaur. So Kushal Kaur also played a very significant role during this event, during this Quit India movement in Assam. Okay, Kushal Kaur. So what is the what are the interesting events that took place during the time of actually this? Okay, now you see. Okay, Kushal Kaur actually at that time he was the secretary. He was the secretary of local Congress committee in Horopathar, Golaghat district. Okay, Kushal Kaur, he was the secretary of the local Congress committee in Horopathar in Golaghat district, and okay, when all the important leaders, I have already told you, during this event, all the important leaders, okay, from Assam, they were arrested, and Assam to burn like the rest of the India, and the many people living the path of non-violence. Okay, so initially, as soon as the event, this moment was declared, Gandhi was arrested, and the moment was led by Aruna Asaf Ali. Similarly, in Assam also, all the important leaders from Gopinath Borloi, okay, all these important leaders, they were also arrested. Now it is becoming the moment becomes leaderless. Okay, now it is under the control of common people. So it is very difficult to control the people, no, without a leader. So it is very difficult, no. So and okay, so ultimately the entire non-violent movement became a very violent form. It took the violent shape. Okay, so Kushal Kaur, he was the secretary of Congress, okay, in the Horopathar at the time, and he was accused as the chief conspirator of the train sabotage and arrest. Actually, one train was derailed in Horopathar, no, in the actually carrying the British soldiers. Okay, so a large number of British actually soldiers actually died in that incident. Okay, and ultimately what he was accused, and he was accused as the chief conspirator of this incident, and the police charged him as the mastermind of this train sabotage, and he was brought from Golaghat and was lodged in Jorhat jail on 5th of November 1942. Okay, and ultimately, so trial process start, and he was actually declared guilty. Okay, so Kushal Kaur was, after his arrest, he was brought to Jorhat jail on the 5th of November 1942. So after trial, so it was found that he was actually declared guilty. Although there was no single proof, against him, so he was declared as the actually he was declared guilty. Okay, and Kushal Kaur was sentenced to death by hanging. Means death by hanging. Okay, and accepted the verdict and he accepted the verdict with dignity. Okay, that is the courage that people have at that time, no, from Konaklata, 17 years old to Kushal Kaur. Okay, we can see the sacrifice of people, no, that they have done for the freedom of our country. and now where we are in peace. Okay, and due to their sacrifice, and we are able to in peace. Okay, so we should also always remember, no, and respect all those our actually ancestors, no, who has actually make their extreme sacrifice. They actually gave their life, okay, for the to free our country and to secure it and better actually country for our present generation. Okay, so we should also ready for that. So whenever we get a any chances, no, to serve the nations, we should do it selflessly. Okay, we should not it is said, no, nation is first. Okay, we should not hesitate to serve the nations at any cost. We should go forward, come forward and serve the nation. Okay, so these are lessons, no, we have seen the lessons from all this movement, no, that people, that's common people, no, they have the immense means sacrifice they have made. Okay, to secure our motherland. Okay, and this is the learning we have taken from, we should take from them. Okay, and although there was not a single proof against him, he was actually declared guilty. Ultimately he was sentenced to death by hanging, and he accepted with dignity. And on the 5th of June, on 15th of June 1943, on 15th of June 1943, at around 4:30 a.m., at around 4:30 a.m., Kuhol Kaur was hanged. He was hanged in the Jorhat jail. So, okay, on the 15th of June 1943, at around 4:30 a.m., 4:30 a.m., so he was actually hanged. He was hanged at the Jorhat jail. He was hanged at Jorhat jail, and okay, so in this way, actually this came to an end. Okay, so this is okay. So these are the, we have seen what the role played by different persons. Okay, and seen in actually to free the country, no, to free the motherland from the British. Okay, so Kuhol Kaur we have seen the contributions of Kondak and Mukunda Kakoti, and we have also seen the role played by Hanti Bahini and the Mitru Bahini. Mitru Bahini actually Dutch army. It was formed on the line of Gandhi's call of do and die. Similarly, Hanti Bahini Peace Force was formed. This Hanti Bahini or Peace Force was from under the Puspalata Das. Okay, so Hanti Bahini or Peace Force, which was formed so under the Puspalata Das, and okay, and so what are the main objectives of this Peace Force or Hanti Bahini? I mean, the Hanti Bahini or Peace Force main objective was what? So they actually tasked with the guarding the villages at night. They guard the village at night so that this common people will not become they will not indulge in the violent activities, and as well as keeping the maintaining peace during the protests. So when there will be protests, so there should not have any actually they should not actually involved in violent activities. So for that purpose, this actually Hanti Bahini, or you can say Peace Force, was formed. Okay, and we have also seen the contribution of Jyoti Prasad Agarwala. Okay, he has immense contributions in different field, whether it is literature, whether it is music, whether it is cinema, whether it is national movement. So he has contributed to all the field for the okay, in Assam. Okay, so on this 20 September, this events took place in Gohpur. Okay. Now Gandhi's visit to Assam. So how many times actually Gandhi has had a visit to Assam? So if you see, the Gandhi had visited to Assam so for 4 times. So he had visited to Assam for 4 times, and for the first time, I have already told you, no, when the Assam Provincial Congress Committee was formed in 1921, and during 1921, the civil disobedience movement was launched, and to actually encourage the Congress workers, just to encourage, because at that time Gandhi was a very famous national figure. Okay, so Gandhi was a very famous national figure, and due to his different method of this that is introduced by him, like peaceful protest, non-cooperation means peaceful protest, non-violent, no, non-violent and peaceful protest. Okay, and so on the request of Assam Provincial Congress Committee, so he actually came for the first time in 1921 to address the Congress workers and common people. Okay, where he popularized this call for the non-cooperations as well as this Swadeshi movement to boycott the foreign products. Okay, and he also emphasized on the spinning wheel. Okay, where that is khadi. Okay, for the domestic. So and he burned publicly the actually this foreign made clothes and okay, so all these things. First thing. Second is what? So second visit of Mahatma Gandhi took place in the year 1926. We know that in 1926 Congress Working Committee. In 1926 this Congress working means All India Congress Working Committee annual session was held. No, in annually Congress Working Committee meetings took place annually. So in 1926 it took place in Assam. In Assam, in Pandu, in Guwahati. So to visit this meeting, so Gandhi came to Assam for the second time in the year 1926. So and actually also you should remember that this was the 41st. This is the 41st Congress session. Okay, in 1926, so the Congress session which was held in 1926 in the Assam. Okay, that was the 41st session. Okay, which was take place in Pandu in Guwahati. And for the third time he visited in 1934. In 1934 he visited for the third time. Okay, in 1934 he visited for third time, and Mahatma Gandhi also visited for the fourth time in the year 1946, just after the independence, just before the independence. So 1946 he visited to Assam in 1946. Okay, and so this was the last visit. So after that we know that he was assassinated 1948. Okay, just after the independence. And so in 1946 it was the last visit of Gandhi to Assam. Okay, and it was his last visit, and during which he actually inaugurated the Assam branch of the Kasturba Gandhi National Memorial Trust as well as the Gram Sevika Vidyalaya. Okay, and so this he visited for the fourth time he visited in 1946. It was the last visit, and during this visit actually what Gandhi do, he inaugurated the Assam branch. He inaugurated the Assam branch of the Kasturba Gandhi National Memorial Trust. Kasturba Gandhi National Memorial Trust and a Gram Sevika Vidyalaya. Okay, and he stayed at the Horania Hill in Guwahati. So during his visit he used to stay in the Horania Hills, where the Gandhi Museum is there, no, in Guwahati, Horania Hills. He used to stay there. Okay, and he stayed at the Horania Hill in Guwahati. Okay, so these are about the different movement, no? From non-cooperation movement, then is your civil disobedience movement, then your Quit India movements. Okay, and what is how these movements, the different movements have the impact on Assam, and what is the role played by the different people in Assam during this moment. Okay, and to protest against the British. So these things we have discussed. Okay. Net cabinet there is a we know that the cabinet missions plan and the grouping system. So before going to this, so one concept is important, that is your line system. What is line system? Actually, line system was introduced by British in India itself. Okay, so line system was introduced by British in India. Okay, so actually, so it was introduced in 1920. So if you see the line system, it was introduced in the year, for the first time it was introduced in 1920. Okay, so this line system was introduced for the first time in 1920. So it was for the first time introduced in Nagaon. just for the first time introduced in Nagaon and Borpeta subdivisions. So Borpeta subdivision. So Borpeta subdivisions of the Kamrup. At that time, Borpeta was also under the Kamrup district. So Borpeta subdivisions of Kamrup district. Okay. So line system was introduced for the first time by British itself in the year 1920. Okay. And so what is the where it was implemented? This system was implemented for the first time in Nagaon district, second in Borpeta subdivisions of the Kamrup district. So what is the main objectives of this line system? Why actually British introduced the line system? Okay. So if you see the main objectives of this line system, to prevent the tribal communities, to prevent the indigenous people, okay, so from the actually immigrants, okay, there is a huge influx of immigrants from East Bengal, no? That is Bengali speaking Muslims people, they actually influx into Assam, okay. So to prevent that, to prevent the indigenous people or to prevent the tribal communities, actually mainly this line system was introduced, okay. So to protect the tribal people from the immigrants and non-tribal people, okay, certain areas were close to the immigrants, which was popularly known as the line system. Okay, so we have known that at present we have the inner line permit system. No? Inner line permit system in some states, like in Arunachal, Mizoram, Nagaland. So there is a concept like inner line permit. Okay, where restrictions and movement and settlements there is a restrictions in the movement settlement of outsiders from outsiders. Okay, so what is the main objectives? The main objective is to preserve the tribal. Actually their culture, their traditions, okay, so that it will not disturb their tribals way of life. Okay, so for that purpose, so the outsiders are, the movement and settlements from the outsiders are prevented. Similar is the line system was introduced by British in 1900 and similarly the line system was introduced by British, okay, so in the year 1920. So it was first introduced in okay, so that this line system was first introduced in Nagaon district, okay, and Borpeta subdivisions of Kamrup district. So what is this purpose? To protect the tribal people from the immigrants and non-tribal people, okay. So certain areas were closed to the immigrants and which are actually popularly known as the line system, okay. And the executions of the line system in Assam is in order to restrict the settlement of the immigrants from Bengal. Okay, so was one of the important issues that influenced the Assamese politics, most particularly Muslim politics. Okay, okay. Actually, this there is again. So after the introduction of this line system, no, so there is again it actually influenced the Assamese politics in mainly the Muslim politics. Okay. Muslim politics. How? Actually, the Bengali speaking immigrants, mostly peasants, they actually resisted. They resisted against the line system, okay, designed by district administration, whereas as a result of what, they get support from the Assam Provincial Muslim League. Okay, ultimately the indigenous people, they support the line system, okay, because it will protect their this indigenous people or tribal people, okay. So from the this rapid influx in next immigrations from the means East Bengal, mainly the Bengali speaking okay, Muslim community, okay. So as a result, these indigenous people, they actually accepted, they are in support of this line system. But the Bengali speaking immigrants, mainly Muslims, they were actually against this. Okay, they were against the line system that was introduced by 1920. So as a result of what? They got the support. They got the support from the actually Assam Provincial Muslim League. So actually this line system also, one we can say British also introduced this to mainly divide the community on the line of this. They divide the people on the basis of community, Hindu Muslim, okay, so that they will actually busy in fighting against themselves among themselves, and then it will be easy for the British it will become very easy for the British for smooth to run the administration easily, because this if this Hindu and Muslim will fight collectively, okay, against the British, so it may become difficult for them. But if they will divide, if there will be mistrust among them, then it will be very easy. Okay, so through this line system also, actually this they actually mostly invite actually against this, whereas the indigenous people, they strongly advocate for the retention of this line system. Okay, and demonstrated their support for the line system. Okay, the Muslim League organized meetings, mainly the Muslim League, they organized meetings, demonstrations, hotels throughout the province to get it abolished. Ultimately, we know that in Sylhet district, so referendum also took place. Sylhet district, which is initially with Assam. Okay, so after already I have to this line system has what it affect the actually Assam politics, mostly the Muslim politics. So Muslim League, they actually communalized the vote bank politics. Okay, and ultimately in Sylhet district, which was initially Assam. Okay, so referendum took place, and where and after referendum, so it was actually separated from Assam, and it was placed in the East Pakistan, or you can say present Bangladesh. Okay, so it was separated from India. Sylhet was initially India, Assam, so it is near Kasar district. So now it is eliminated. It was actually separated after referendum. So it was actually separated, and it was placed under the British, the East Pakistan or present Bangladesh. Okay, so this is about your. So this is in this way actually line system has actually affected the Assam politics. Okay, mainly the Muslim politics. Muslim League actually take it as a tool to actually get the support from the Muslim communities. Okay, and so we have seen that this outcomes in the Sylhet referendum, where majority people they actually they vote to join the East Pakistan. Okay, ultimately this is the reason why. So it was separated from this one Assam and placed in the East Pakistan, present Bangladesh. Okay, so this is about your line system, and next we will discuss in the next class regarding the so cabinet missions plan and grouping plan. So actually, if we see this cabinet missions actually give a concept of grouping the and cabinet missions when came to India. So it give a concept for grouping the states, provinces in group T in T group. So group A, group B, and group C. And if you see the group A, okay, so mainly UP, Madhya Pradesh, Madras, Bombay, Orissa, Bihar, it is dominated by Hindu. So group B, that is Punjab and the northwest frontier province, Sindh, mainly dominated by Muslims, and group C and Bengal and Assam, both Hindu and Muslims are almost same. Okay, here, so Assam was included in the group C. So as a result, so there is a huge scale protest. This Gopinath Bordoloi played a very significant role. Okay, and he requested the national Congress leaders to oppose this grouping, because this actually grouping was actually it was a blueprint to actually separate Assam, to actually separate Assam and from India and include it with the East Pakistan or present Bangladesh. Okay, and as a result, there is a huge scale protest throughout the in Assam, and Gandhi also actually at the time 1946, Gandhi also came to Assam, and he called Assamese people to protest as much they can, and Gopinath Bordoloi of Assam, so he actually played a very significant role, Gopinath Bordoloi. So in protesting against in the organizing the people against this. Okay, as well as he also write to the National Congress leaders, National Congress Committee, to protest against this. Ultimately, it was actually this grouping, this cabinet missions, no, which actually put for this grouping plan was scrapped. Okay, and ultimately Assam was saved. Okay, so this actually main objective was to include Assam with the East Pakistan, that is present Bangladesh. Okay, so these things in the details we'll discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you.